horror movies. Mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, terrestrials, to the Quarantine Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're tackling 1959's House on Haunted Hill. Let's go ahead and kick it off. Show Stealer.
Show Stealer, Vincent Price. This should be a no-brainer. Yes. I mean, he's the whole fucking show, you know. His line delivery, his everything. Just his mannerisms and stuff, and the way that he sleeks. It's not like a spooky gothic ghost. He's doing it just as a businessman. Would work.
He's right. He's like dancing the line of sleazy.
Yeah.
And abusive.
Yes.
And he's got big ass head.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Showbreakers.
Let's talk about Showbreakers. What?
No individual character. Yeah, there's no in particular person, just like a couple that are like background filler.
Yeah.
The
old lady and shit.
Yeah, the old lady. Yeah, I think the only thing that really also put me out of it was like the movie just ends. It's like, but that's it.
So for me, the Showbreaker was absolutely nothing. Moving on, notable effects. For me, I think all the effects were notable effects.
Yeah. Yeah, everything from the simplest spider webs, those Hollywood prop spider webs, to the great skeleton in this, which is the whole like, even the effect of the rope going through the window where they just reversed the film. Yeah. You know, they just dragged a rope out a window.
There's a pretty hard cut right there, but
yeah. There's a couple of crossfade scenes where, you know, you see people's faces and stuff, you know. But yeah, they're pretty cheesy, great 1950s effects.
Okay. Do you have any quotable lines from this movie?
Yeah, my quotable line comes from Vincent, and he says, he said, "I've had enough of your spooky talk." He just goes,
You gave him like a southern accent.
Yeah.
You made him like he owns a fucking slave or something.
Jesus.
I'm tired of your spooky talk.
I'm tired of your spooky. Yeah, that would have been better if he was like that. Like he was like a sassy southern guy. I'm tired of your spooky talk.
All right. So that one moment. What do you got for that one moment?
Oh, the skeleton on the string.
Oh, okay.
It's just great. The skeleton sitting there like. And you see the strings.
Yeah.
You watched the colored version. I watched the black and white version. The black and white version, you can clearly see the strings. Were you able to see the strings on the?
A little bit. You can kind of see the glare.
Okay.
Yeah, I own the black and white version, but I ended up watching the colored remastered version on Tubi. So if you want to check it out, it's on Tubi, or you can watch the black and white version on YouTube. It's free because it's 100 years old.
Yeah.
I think for me, I was just really impressed, and this kind of leans more towards the effects. But for me, that one moment is when the wife of Vincent Price is outside the window and the rope is coming in and wrapping around her feet, and that whole situation, I was just like, sweet. Yeah, so that for me was my one moment. Let's talk about the soundtrack and the score. The music does not stop in this movie, and it is great.
Yeah.
There is not a moment where the music stops, pauses, nothing for any sort of conversation. It's always in the background, and I love it.
Yeah, that theremin, classic spooky Halloween music. A lady like, and just like simple but effective.
Yeah.
Simple but effective. See that, Hollywood? Look at, it's that hard. You don't need a banging piano every time there's like a ghost on screen to make us go, oh, that's scary. No, just simple effectiveness. Insidious. I'm looking at you, Insidious.
Moving on to meat and potatoes. What'd you think?
Potatoes. There is
all potatoes.
There's a lot of filler in this movie, but that's at the time they made it. People, just talked in movies.
Personally, I was just caught up with the magic of it all. It is all potatoes, but I was totally okay with it.
Yeah,
I was in love with the movie. I was in love with the acting, just the old style of movie. So even though it was all potatoes, I was quite happy with it.
No, yeah, definitely.
The next topic is, did you get your money's worth?
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy this.
Same. So let's wrap it up. What do you got to talk? What do you got to say? Anything extra?
No, it's just that this movie, I feel, deserves a lot of people to notice it, because this is the movie that brings us Psycho. Yeah, it's just definitely one of those, movies where modern day kids who, oh man, what was it? The Nun is the scariest thing you'll ever see. And they'll just go to this and they'll be, it's boring. And it's like, well, that's because you don't respect the
That's
horror.
because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's why. All right, well, let's move on to the rating. Stars. What do you got for stars?
I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time watching this movie.
Yeah, because I saw your phone and the initial amount of stars you were going to give this, and I was like, oh, hell no. Look, right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wrote something wrong.
He almost gave it 2.5 stars. And I would have quit this damn show right now. No, I'm gonna give it 4 stars as well. It's a great movie. It's a classic. It is a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
It's a great glimpse into the past. So if you haven't seen it, go back in the video, find out where you can find it. You can watch the color version or the black and white version. He watched the black and white version.
I prefer the black and white version.
I would probably say yes to that as well. Watch the black and white version because it involves you more in the movie and the era and everything else. So, yeah, there you go. That's The House on Haunted Hill, 1959, not 1999. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave it in the comments what you think about this movie, because we'd like to hear.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.